Or what's up YouTube, Melaweta Matt here. So we are back again for round 3 of Clan Collection decks. So this time we are going to be covering Stargate and Dark Zone. I do want to preface that these are example lists. I also do want to preface that Spike Brothers is 100% not mine. I know nothing about Spike Brothers. So this is going to be an example list that LivingProof has already put up on his channel, which I have borrowed for this. I do not want to claim this is my list. It is 100% his list. Go follow him if you want Spike Brothers information, because I know nothing. I do also want to preface that all the other lists are examples and do not take them as set in stone. You must use this list. It's just starting points for people to work off of. So, first one on the list is going to be Nova Grapplers. And we've gone, out of the 3 different bosses, I've gone for Ethics Buster Extreme. Because he is the main boss of the archetype, and he's a bit of an interesting playstyle, is the best way to put him. So, as you can see by the list over here, we've gone for basic beast deities with lots of pressure. Ethics Buster Extreme restands units based on the grade of the unit you drive check. So obviously, drive check a grade 1, you get a grade 1, you restand a grade 1, drive check a 2, restand a grade 2, etc. But we've gone heavily on the grade 3s for the fact of his limit break skill. His limit break skill says if you've got 4 more damage, that you, instead of standing 1 unit, you stand all units with that grade. And units includes himself. So obviously, drive checking a grade 3 beast deity is a very strong pressure for us, so we've actually upped the number of grade 3 beast deities we are running to 12, and also increased the number of actual beast rearguard cards that work on rearguards. So obviously we've got Illuminal Dragons in here as well for the extra restand pressure, because that thing restanding after having gained its 15k for something having not hit, lots of pressure. We have got the extreme if we want to go the we got the reverse if we want to go the other route of just swinging multiple times with the Vanguard. But we've still got the support lines of Brainy Papio that calls himself when discarded. We've got the usual Riot Horn and... sorry, is it Riot Horn? Max B and the Lift Taurus, that is. Sorry. That both give you the extra consistency of finding key pieces. We have got a couple of Scarlet Birds in here for if we do the ethics into extreme, they let that hit so we can at least restand our Vanguard still. But all in all, fun deck, but not going to make much waves in the meta. Next one up on the list is Dimension Police, and the first one, we're going to cover 2 Dimension Police decks. The first one is the main bulk of the support in Daiyusha Reverse. Now, Daiyusha Reverse is like his brethren of Great Daiyusha, in an extra re-ride, but this one's not power restricted. Its restriction more comes down to you must only have attacked with Dimension Police, Dimensional Robos, sorry. So it's very archetype locked, but it does mean that you could, like, for example, swing with Great Daiyusha, with Dai Kaiser, then Superior Ride into Great Daiyusha because you've hit that. Hitting that 35k is not hard for that. And then swing with the Great Daiyusha, and then ride into Reverse Daiyusha. So getting 3 Vanguard swings out of it. Because you've obviously only, for Great Daiyusha, you've not rode that turn. And for Daiyusha Reverse, you've only attacked with Dimensional Robos at that point, because you've only swung with Dai Kaiser and Great Daiyusha. Combining with that, you've got obviously Kaizard for extra marker gaining, you've got Dai Dragon to pump up the Dai Kaiser to help you hit that 35k easily. Extra bits of consistency in Die Prop and Grand Rope. So, nice little engine there. Honestly, really fun deck to play around with. But the other Dimension Police deck that I'm wanting to cover is one that I very much have been enjoying playing with in testing, and that is Enigma Storm. So, people are complaining over Enigma Storm in his first skill, because obviously his first skill says he gains 5k for each Enigma in your soul, but you only have him as the only Enigma. That doesn't matter when you look at the other things you can combine it with. So getting that 50k for the Enigma restand's really easy when you're looking at the facts of you've got Twin Blader for Vanguard pumps, you've got the Kaiser to help generate extra force markers, which is another really big thing, and you've got the, I can't remember his name, he's also in the same wave of support. It's the Dimensional Rover that when he attacks the Vanguard, if your Vanguard's 35k, you can Counterblast 1, tuck this into your soul to give 10k in a drive check. So obviously this helps counteract Enigma Storm losing drive checks. Combining all this, if you're going with Brad Black as well as your first grade 3 ride, so you're getting 3 Vanguard swings overall, he also pumps a 10k onto Enigma Storm, and you're generating a second force marker from that as well. Makes that 50k very easy to come by. Adding in the fact that we've got Active Mask as well, which will restand when your Enigma Storms attack, because obviously they'll hit that barrier very easily. Creates a lot of early... It is a very high roll deck, but lots of fun nonetheless. And then last of the Stargates is we have got Link Joker. And the obvious one, because he's the cover of the box and the finale boss, it's Glendios. So as you can see from the side here, we've got an assortment of different reverses. Every single one that I've picked here is a 13k base outside of Lukier. The reason there's Lukier to 12k is because we ran out 13k reverses to run. You've got lots of, because this is in this deck because of the new world, because of the new grade 1 world line, who when placed on Vanguard Rearguard Circle, lets you ditch a reverse and dig for some more Starvaders. Because obviously ditching the reverses does help for then Glendios' skill, who then binds the reverses to a Mega Lock. But having the lock as a whole, having Glendios on his own, does take time for the fact obviously you've got to grind through all your 5 turns for the reverses. So we have put 4 copies of Infinite Zero in the deck as well. Because then when you ride Glendios on top of Infinite Zero, you're getting his 2 lots along with Glendios' lot, puts you straight to 3. And then all you got to do is fill up with stuff like Zirconium. And you also Craven Claw so you can move stuff around. All in all, very fun deck. You've got Magnet Hollow as well for the extra bit of consistency. And all in all, I can't wait to test this deck and see how it actually does further. Moving on from Stargate, we are now into the Dark Zone. And starting up, we have got the Spike Brothers. So obviously, as I said at the beginning, this is a LivingProof list. Very much go watch him for how to understand this deck, because I'll be blunt, I don't know Spike Brothers. All I know, this is obviously Rising Nova based for copying maximum skill to restand the column multiple times, get lots of pressure in. That's literally all I know about this list. But from what I can tell, from what people have said online, it's looking to be very solid. And let's see what it does on the English side, because I know that Japan isn't a Spikes interested meta, so obviously it's going to be more down to the English side to test out, see how maximum actually holds up. Next one on the list is the Living Tree himself, Ammon Reverse. So Ammon Reverse is a nice comeback. Obviously we got Ammon last time that we weren't expecting. This time we obviously got the reverse, because the moment he was dropped it was obvious that the reverse was coming. Reverse is a bit of an interesting one for the fact of it's not so much Dark Irregular, but more Pale Moony. In the fact of obviously you're calling rearguards out your soul to then put them back into your soul again at the end of turn. Which, very different, and can't wait. And not sure how I feel about it is the honest response. You've also again got the fact of his other skill, which is locking 2 of your reverses, and then it gains 2k. It gains 2k for every card in your soul, and if it's the 40k mark, he gets a critical. So basic, just Unga Bunga swings. Combining that obviously with the Hope on Damps, which forces them to guard with exactly 20k shields. So extra bit of pressure. The main promise, though, comes from the new Grade 1 in Atrocious Blow, who, when he on rearguard circle, he can rest himself, soul charge 1, then choose one of your Ammon units, and it gains 1,000 for every card in your soul. So it can really pump up the numbers really big, which is really good pressure. All in all, I don't see Ammon Reverse seeing much play, but this is a nice little fun deck for those that want to muck around something more akin to the anime with, obviously, Tetsu's reverse units. Next one up is the deck that I've very much been anticipating, and that is in the forms of Sarah. So if you haven't seen on the channel already, I did a nice big best of 3 collab with Outer Orange over this. Obviously this paired off against her 7 Seas, and honestly Sarah is a lot of fun. So Sarah's all about when you drive check grade 3s, end of the battle you can return 2 cards from your rearguard back to your deck to then call more grade 3s out of your soul. And then you're combining this with the likes of Artilleryman, who gains a massive big booster in the back row, because Sarah also turns grade 3s into boosters. So obviously, making Artilleryman a massive booster in the back row takes away his negative of having to counterblast when he hits, because he's no longer hitting. And then you're combining that with the likes of Alice and Jumping Jill to reset that column for big numbers, big swings. We have got the new grade 2 in the forms of Pop Out Chimera, who is a pseudo grade 3, because he's treated as grade 3 in drive check, damage, drive checks, field, soul, deck, everywhere bar hand and drop zone, and damage. So, really nice card. And then we've got the grade 1 as well to add consistency in putting your grade 3s into your soul. All in all, really fun package to play around with. And I'm not sure how it's going to do in the meta, but it definitely is something I'm going to be very heavily testing. And then the final deck on the list is Gear Chronicle. So we got another wave of Steam Maidens, and this time we got the G-Guardian in the retroactive Time Maiden Uluru. So obviously, she's very akin to the G-Guardian playstyle of discarding a heal to move her to the Guardian Circle, this time from the drop zone. Then when she resolves, she then goes to the bind zone afterwards, which then gives us a grade 4 in the bind zone. So when you're doing your little combos and you've ended on a grade 3, you can then still time it grade 3 into grade 4 with the Uluru, which then you can move the Uluru back to the drop zone to then put it to the Guardian Circle again and keep looping. We did get good consistency as well in the forms of new grade 2 and grade 1. Grade 1 not being a Steam Maiden directly, but really supporting the Steam Maidens. And then you've got the grade 2 for actually giving you something to do on the grade 2 turn of, you can ride this, Soul Blast 1, grab the Gear Cat, and then the Gear Cat will then check top 3 looking for more Steam Maidens. All in all, extra consistency for the deck. Really looking forward to see how this tests, and can't wait to see how it goes. So those were the lists this time around. All in all, looks to be all really fun, and can't wait to see how they actually hold up in the English meta. But that is all we've got for this video. If you haven't done so already, please do like, comment, subscribe. It very much does help the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye!